Hey guys, Jason Morris here with Real Estate Agents That Really Work, and it's Friday afternoon. Man, almost it's almost 6 o'clock, and I keep getting asked some questions, and I thought I would just log in real quick, do a quick Facebook Live. I threw together a hang on just a second. I got to see. Hey, Tina. Hey, Trenton. Hey, Adam. Hey, guys. Can you hear me okay? Comment the comments. Hey, and let me see if I can see you. Hey, Chad. What's going on, man? So I was getting some questions. I showed you guys the other day just a quick overview of how GeoLeads works. And GeoLeads, that is Redx's service that allows you to basically pull up neighborhoods and call neighborhoods. It allows you to circle prospect. And it's super easy and it's just really, really easy to use. And I was getting some questions basically saying, hey, so if we get GeoLeads, can you give us a script? Can you give us this? Or can you give us that? And anyway, I had talked about this some in my group coaching, but I haven't really talked about it a whole lot because in some markets there's a lot of expireds and a lot of for sale owners. Be calling circle prospecting. I'll tell you this, guys, before we get started here, I'm not a big cold caller. Okay, what I do is probably a little different. I really like warm calling. I like calling people that I know that could sell or at least have an interest in selling at some point in the future. So what I'll do real quick for you guys that missed it the other day, I'm going to do just a quick overview of what GeoLeads is. Real quick. So this is Vortex. This is Redx's CRM, right? You get it for free with any product or service or anything that you use. And hey guys, how's everybody doing? Comment, let me know that you guys can hear me and stuff. Okay, I've had a lot of audio problems, but let me know where you're from. Let me know who's watching. But so you get Vortex free with any of their products. Okay, and GeoLeads is something I hadn't really talked about a whole lot, but I want to show you guys this. So what I'm using, let me show you here just really quick. I'm using Redx and I'm using their Onyx system. This is their premium service. The reason I'm using Onyx is because what Onyx does, Onyx gives you all the data for expireds, right? It gives you all the data for expired, so you get everything. If there was 10 numbers in their databases and stuff that was found, you get all 10 numbers. And then I get to go down through those myself. With some services like Vulcan 7, Espresso Agent, you get data, but you get data that's already been sifted through, and sometimes that good number or that cell phone number or something gets pushed out and you don't get it. With Onyx, you get all the data, and then I get to go through it myself. With Vulcan 7, sometimes their dialer actually takes data out of your database, and I don't like that. I want to control the data that I'm purchasing, and I want to be able to go through it myself. So anyway, so that's why I'm using Vortex Onyx. So it's pretty cool. And this is a great example, right? So Agatha Reed, I don't know who this lady is, but she owns, apparently she's the owner of 495 Frank Williams Drive. You can see here, that for Agatha Reed, we got a lot of phone numbers for her. And we didn't get an email address with this, but with Onyx, lots of times you do get email addresses, and you can export those things. You can email them. You can target. You can Facebook target ads. You can do a lot of stuff. So anyway, it gives you just a lot of different options. I'll show you. I'll tell you what. I'll show you one or two more because I want to show you the email system here, and then we'll get to this whole GeoLead thing. Okay, so you actually get email addresses. With it. So you get the numbers, you get email addresses. It tells you which ones are mobile numbers, which ones are not. And you can go down through, after you go down through it one time, you can go back and you can text people, and you can, try to track everybody down that way. Hey, but I like to be able to have all that data, and I like to be able to go through that myself. Okay, so GeoLeads. Okay, this is what it is. And look how cool this is, guys. Okay, we're going to punch in an address. This is a listing that that I sold this week. 90 Palisades Road, Pawleys Island, South Carolina. Okay, you push it in, you punch the address in, it locates it on the little map. Now we can sort these, and we can only look them up at different times. So we can show properties that have been owned any amount of time, show properties owned last 6 months. We're going to do properties that have been owned at least 2 years. Okay, and it lets you pull up to 300, the closest 300 numbers they find. So we're just going to do 100 just because I want to show it to you one time, and then we're going to get right into the scripts and stuff. Okay, so you click 100, you click preview. Okay, and it pulls up all the numbers there. So all those people, once we click get leads, it puts them in my database, and I can log in, push a couple of buttons, and start calling them with Storm Dialer right away. You can also do just the street. So let's just say, I want to do 90 Palisades Loop. Would you want to do just the street? You click preview, and you just get that one road, which is really, really cool. So guys, I want to get into the scripts though, because that's what I'm really doing today. But that's really cool. That's $40 a month. If you use that link, Jason Morris, Redx.com, it waives $150 sign-up fee. So 5 circle prospecting scripts. And guys, circle prospecting is something I get asked about this a lot. And I get asked if I do it. Now, in my market right now, I feel like we get a lot of expireds. I get a lot of for sale by owners. I get a lot of Z-buyer leads. I get enough leads that I can hit a lot of my numbers without like actually calling neighborhoods. And so it's pretty cool, right, that we can do that. But in a tougher market like we were a few years ago, circle prospecting was something I really did, like that Palisades Road. What would be smart if any agents that actually work with me at EXP are listening to this, one of the smart things to do, we had multiple offers on that this week. Smart thing to do is call that community telling them, hey, our office had multiple offers on that this week. So we'll get that here in just a second. So I like to call, and I like to have a purpose for calling. And by purpose, I mean, I want to have a reason to call you. I want to have something to talk about. I do not think that it is smart to call people up and basically go, hey, this is Jason Morris. You want to sell your house? Jason Morris with EXP, want to sell your house? I don't think that's smart. And I don't think that's the best way to call people. I don't think you're really offering them anything of value or offer them at least information of value. So let's get started here. How to call around just listings. I think this is really important. So you just listed a house on Wednesday. So what you do is you go in GeoLeads, you put in the address, you pull up the 100 or 200 or 300 people around it, and you call them all up. And the script that you want to use is, hey, this is Jason Morris with EXP Realty. I was calling you. We just put a house on the market down the street from yours. I was wondering if you knew anybody that was maybe looking to move to your neighborhood. And then you let them answer. Sometimes they say yes, sometimes they say no. And if they say yes, you go, oh, well, great. Well, I'd love to help them. How could I help them? You know, more than likely, though, there's a good chance a lot of these calls that you get and a lot of these people you get on the phone, they're going to ask you, oh, how much did the house down the street go for? Or they're going to ask you a detail about the house down the street, where you have the opportunity to say, I'm happy to email you some more information about that one and other ones in the neighborhood. What's your email address? And then you get their email address. Then the next question to ask is, are you guys thinking about moving or selling your house too? And if they say no, say, okay, well, no problem. And anyway, email that to them, put them in your database, right, for long-term follow-up, because they might not want to sell today, but you know, hey, who knows what's going to happen in 6 months? You keep up with them, you keep emailing them stuff, you keep in contact with them, you keep them up to date what's happening in their neighborhood, right? So that's how you should call around just listed, right? Or another way to do it is just call them up, say, hey, this is Jason Morris with EXP Realty. Just want to give you a call. We just listed the house down. We just put the house on the market down the street from yours. I wanted to call you. I wanted to tell you about it and see if you knew anybody looking. They go, oh, well, no, I don't know anybody looking for it. Oh, well, no problem. Well, I tell you what, I'd be happy to email you over some information about it in case you know somebody in the future. You can just forward it to them. Would you like me to keep you up to date with what's going on in your neighborhood with homes going on the market and homes selling? I'll be more than happy to, and I can just send you an email and ask them that, ask for their email address, put them in your database, right? Circle prospecting and using GeoLeads is a long-term business, right? You may not get a whole lot of business today, but if you keep calling around your just listed, keep calling around your just solds, keep calling before open houses, and we'll get to that, you're going to build this massive database of people you've actually talked to, people you're keeping in touch with, and all that stuff. Hey, Maya, I'm just talking about the scripts and stuff here. So how to call around just solds. Now, just solds are very, very similar. Okay, you just had a house that closed in the neighborhood. Same thing. You call them up and you go, hey, this is Jason Morris from eXp Realty. I wanted to call you and tell you that we just sold the house down the street from yours. And they're going to go, oh, really? Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's really great. You know what? We had a lot of activity on that house. Do you happen to know anybody else in the neighborhood that might be interested in selling their house? Have you guys thought about selling your house? You know, ask them if they know anybody in the neighborhood looking to sell or that might be interested in selling. If they tell you no, say, you guys thought about selling your house? Oh, man. Well, I tell you what, we work with a lot of people like you. I'd love to keep you up to date with what's going on in the community. Do you have an email address that I can use? You get their email address, you add them to your database, right? More than likely, they're going to ask you some questions about the house. They may ask you if there's other ones on the market. Now, I would have this stuff pulled up in MLS so you can maybe talk about some other ones on the market, offer to send them information, you know, and that's the key. Tell them about something going on in their neighborhood that maybe they're interested in, offer to send them information, offer to keep them up to date. So what you want to do is you want to start a conversation, create some curiosity. Hopefully they ask you some questions back and you offer to keep them up to date. Hey, Myra, well, this will be recorded on my YouTube channel if you miss it. So, okay, the next one, call around pendings. Now, here's the deal with pendings. You can't really disclose what stuff's under contract for, right, until it's actually closed. So, but you can call those sellers around your pending listings and go, hey, Mr. Seller, hey, this is Jason Morris from eXp Realty. I wanted to talk to you. We got a house down the road from yours that just went under contract. I was wondering, same as the sold, I was wondering if you knew anybody else in the neighborhood that want to sell. We've had X number of showings on it or whatever we've had, whatever activity you've had. I was wondering if you knew anybody else in the neighborhood that might want to sell. Ask them. Tell them that there are some other houses in the neighborhood. If there are, tell them, offer them information on the one that's pending, offer to email it to them, offer to keep them up to date what's going on in the community, get their email address, add them to your database. So a lot of this, and you know, we're on the second or third script here. A lot of this is going to be about getting people's contact information, having a conversation with them, creating a little bit of curiosity, creating, offering them something of value, which is really information about the homes around they're selling, then getting their email address and adding them to your database for long-term follow-up. Okay. The next thing that's amazing to call people for, and I think this is I probably should have put this one first. This is probably the best use of GeoLeads, or one of the best uses for GeoLeads, calling for an open house. If you guys are calling for open houses, you guys have to go out and get this product, right? Because here's the thing, the open house is scheduled for Saturday. You can call 100 houses around it or 200 houses around it. You can call them in an hour and invite everybody. And that script is really easy too. It just goes, hey, this is Jason Morris from eXp Realty. I just wanted to give you a call. We're having an open house down on 123 Main Street this weekend. I wanted to invite you out to it. Great, kid. Are you guys going to come? Oh, well, that's fantastic. It's going to be from 1 to 4. If you'd like, I can go ahead and email you some information on the house. What's your email address? Ask them if they know anybody looking to buy in the community. And same thing. After they say yes or no, if they say yes, ask for more information. If they say no, so, oh man, well, do you know anybody else that might be looking to sell? You know, ask them if they'd like for you to keep them up to date on what's going on in their community. Add them to your database. Hopefully you get to meet them face to face at the open house. The great thing about open houses, when you do this and you invite neighbors, a lot of the neighbors coming are the nosy neighbors. However, there's a few of them in there that are nosy neighbors that are thinking about selling. So, and hopefully you got to talk to them on the phone, you got to personally invite them, and then you get their contact information, and hopefully you get to meet them face to face, and then you can keep up with them in the future, you know. So number 5, this is the last one here, how to just cold call. Now, I'm not a big fan of just cold calling and calling without a reason to call. Like, I feel like we need a reason, and that makes things a lot easier for you, and that kind of breaks the tension and helps you a little bit. But if you are cold calling, if you are just pulling up a list, pulling up a community, and I think the highest and best use for GeoLeads is to do it by community and try to pull up people in a community and have some reason to call them, even if it is something that you made up. You know, even if it is something like, hey, we've gotten a lot of activity. We know that your community typically sells in the price range of $150,000 to $200,000. We've had a lot of activity in that price range. I was wondering if you knew anybody that might be looking to sell in your community. Or X number of properties have sold in your community in the last 3 months. We're getting a lot of buyer activity for this price range. We were wondering if you or somebody you know wants to sell. And so that's how I would do with a cold call. Offer them information, of course. Well, I can send you the ones that have recently sold and what's on the market right now. What's your email address? You know anybody looking to buy or sell? Keep it really simple. You don't need an elaborate script. There isn't like a trick phrase or trick script to make this all work, you know? Keep it really simple. Keep it really friendly. Offer them information. Tell them something that's going to be of interest to them. Tell them something that's going to raise their curiosity and hopefully, create a conversation, because that's what you really want. What you really want when you're making calls is you want conversations. You want conversations with people. And those conversations are going to lead to relationships. They're going to fill up your database. And that's the goal. That's the goal with GeoLeads. A lot of things with GeoLeads, it might not bring your business this week, but what you're doing is you're building your network, you're building your sphere of influence, you're building your people farm, and you're building business for 3 to 6 months from now. So guys, if I can help you, if you have any questions about GeoLeads, anything, I'll tell you, Redx has a tremendous technical support office. Redx is offering my group real estate agents that really work $150 off their sign-up fee, which waives the sign-up fee. So GeoLeads only costs $40 a month right now. It's the best value in this. It's a month-to-month subscription. Of course, you get some bigger discounts if you do quarterly and 6-month and yearly subscriptions. But anyway, guys, if I can help you, just let me know. You have a great day. Thank you.